So after that chance, we just couldn't create any more chances. I don't think like we was winning the ball high up as well. Because even when
they were trying to play,
even when they were trying.
Yeah.
Is that legit?
That's a first.
Someone's probably smoking weed.
Yeah, someone's probably saying, "Yeah, wait, that will go off now." I'm getting out of it, man.
Did you see it? That was a bad
No, I didn't see it.
That was a bad miss.
I just saw that Højlund score
I
again.
feel as if they're all confused when they get an opportunity.
Yeah.
When they get an opportunity, they're like, "Fuck the pressure." But it's done.
Let's check just in case this is actually real.
Yeah, before Fire Brigade comes.
Oh shit, let's actually check if it's real. We gonna be some burnt motherfuckers up in there. No Christmas.
Break through some walls. As long as the corridor's not in flames, we're good.
Yeah.
Why are we on the first floor as well, innit? We can jump.
Yeah.
We'll be alright.
As long as there's a space to go through.
We'll be alright. Wait, it's Tom.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that no more, man.
There's no one around though.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like one of the securities are not around.
To be honest,
shit.
the copy's not going to go off. That's where the problem might be.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame.
You done it, innit?
I asked you to help me pray for fantasy. You didn't pray.
He was messaging the security
What
guard
is
under the
this,
table.
man?
Is that on my signal?
I got a tenner for you. Alright, yeah, we're going to have to wrap it up then, boys. What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Right Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got Ade here.
Got myself Ham, aka the best centre half in the league, William Saliba,
And you got me, Drew, visiting Liverpool fan.
aka second best centre half in the league.
Cool. Glad to be back. Obviously, missing last week. What I noticed last week when you guys started, you didn't actually ask people to subscribe.
No, we done it at the end. We done it at the end. We done it at the end. I didn't remember done it at the
Want
end.
to subscribe, don't subscribe.
Yeah, we done it.
Yeah.
We done it at the end, like most YouTubers.
I'm not out here
Before you go, please give us a follow, like, click, and subscribe. There we go.
Cool. Alright, this week, people, thanks for listening. As always, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this with friends, family. If you haven't subscribed yet, just give us something for Christmas. We're not asking for much. Just subscribe.
That's what he wants for Christmas. I would like more.
That's all it is. Jude.
He's thinking about fantasy football. Thinking about fantasy football.
The funny thing is exactly what he's thinking.
Yeah, I know, because Drew's top of the table. yeah.
You got fantasy football. Drew, thanks for being back again. How you feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. It could be worse, could be better.
Where was you on the table last night?
Good question. I think I came. It was about 6 weeks. So I think we were about third actually. It was just like I come after the Tottenham game
Yeah.
when we.
Oh, yeah. That scam of a game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that was the one where we could have went top, but we.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a scam that happened yesterday as well. We'll get to that later.
It wasn't as bad. But
Wasn't as bad. Thank you. See? He's just trying to break us up. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to break us up.
Yeah. I'm happy to discuss it.
So,
Arsenal fans I was watching it with, they were just like, I was like, okay.
No, but I think one of the talking points was just, I think between you and Ham then was basically whether Liverpool was gonna stick around to the very end, and you was very confident around then. What's your thoughts now?
Yeah, pretty similar. I think at the time I was saying I just wanted to be challenging and be a part of the race.
Yeah.
And that's still the case now. And I think that probably will be the same to the end of the season. I think, especially if you look at City and Arsenal as well, no one's really looking like they're gonna run away with it. It's all. I was looking at. If you look at the points, it's not gonna be a 90-point winning season. It's probably gonna be about high, maybe 85 if it keeps going like this. So I don't think there's an outstanding team this year, which is probably good for us because we're not the finished article, but I think we've got enough to hang in there. So fingers crossed.
Yeah,
get over the line.
We'll get into it because there's a few. I've definitely got a couple questions I want to ask. Want to ask about your striker, your favorite striker, and just like where you think the deficiencies are within the team, based on what you've watched so far this season. But we'll get into that. But there's only one place to start. And hopefully we won't have enough time for United later.
so we're starting at the London Stadium. Right. Tell me why you lost 2-0 to West Ham.
Let's start with the Liverpool game. Let's start with the Liverpool and Arsenal game. Obviously, I'll leave the floor to both of you guys. Just talk us through like what your thoughts of the game. But going into the game, going into the game, what was your prediction? We start with that.
I thought it was going to be a draw. That was my prediction. But thinking home game, we could nick something. So I was, I think I was speaking to you, Hamid. I thought it was going to be like maybe 3-2 to somebody or high scoring draw.
Okay.
So it wasn't much different from what I thought. I thought there might be a few more goals though.
Cool. What about you, Hamid?
No, I said it on the pod like the week before, and I wouldn't say super confident, but I thought that we would go out there, we'll show ourselves, we'll play well, and if we convert our chances and carry the defensive, like how we've been doing defensively, we could lead there with 3 points. And we could have left there with 3 points yesterday. We'll talk about it into detail, but we could have left there with 3 points. But I'm going to take a point at Anfield anyway, so I was happy to take the point. But I did think that we'd have enough to beat this Liverpool side at Anfield.
1-1, like proper 1-1, because your defences are all right. So I just couldn't see there being wild number of goals. So I actually predicted 1-1 yesterday.
I just said Liverpool win or draw. I just didn't see Arsenal go in there. Not to say they weren't capable.
They're capable of it,
doing it, but I just didn't see it. I just didn't think it was. I didn't think it was the time. I didn't think, especially after I heard that interview by
Klopp when it was
the fans. I think there's no way they're gonna allow them to come get 3 points. I just didn't see it. If the United game never happened, let's say you beat us as expected.
Yeah, remember that's what we were saying in that day. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
It'll call you off guard. But after the United game and then the performance against West Ham, and then what it came out to say after that, I thought draw, but Arsenal going away with the 3 points, I don't think they will allow them. So but I guess everyone pretty much.
I went the winter.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to win, but I think knowing, especially like you mentioned, we had the West Ham game in the middle of that, between the two big games. So that was always my concern, because I was like, well, it's a quarter final. You can't. I think Klopp managed it quite well. He took, he played quite a strong team.
I thought and then brought people on. Yeah.
Ideally, you don't want to play that. Well, you don't want. But you love to play the kids. Exactly.
But because we got a whole week to prepare,
Exactly.
innit? Yeah.
But we did the best of the situation. It's just a shame how the fixtures fell.
Yeah.
In that period.
What about the game? What was your thoughts on the game?
I think the start. I mean, Arsenal started really well. Strong start. I think even before the goal, there was like a deflected shot from Jesus. And then the set piece was a really clever set piece. I thought actually they kind of caught us sleeping.
We're the best in the league at that.
Yeah, well they did the thing where like 3 guys were standing offside, step back on, and then Gakpo plays him on. But what was disappointing was like you've gone with the guy, but then you haven't really competed with him for the header. So I was like, you should have just tried to play him offside then if that's what the effort you're going to put in. But it is what it is. So they got the goal.
Are we blaming Alisson at all? I know we talk about Alisson every week, me and you. Are we blaming him?
You know what? My thing, I did when I first saw it, I thought he kind of stepped out and come back. Obviously, realised I'm not going to make it. But I don't think. I mean, the head is not savable. But maybe if he was on his line,
I don't think he saves it. I don't think.
Yeah.
You don't think he saves it if he's on his line?
He'd have more chance.
Yeah, if he's on his line, he saves it. Maybe I need to see it again. I don't think he went like.
That was my first thought. I was like, why has he come out there? Probably it was the wrong decision. But would it have stopped it? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think it's more defensive issue. Like I said, we got caught out by the people standing offside. But then we responded quite well, I thought, after that. Sort of, we didn't get our heads down. I mean, to be honest, we go down 1-0 so often.
Yeah, you guys.
We might as well start 1-0.
You might as well give the opposition a goal.
Exactly. So I wasn't sort of like worried, because I was just like, well, if this happens, obviously the calibre of the opposition is better. But so the response was quite good. We didn't really change the game plan, and we would from there. I thought we kind of grew into the game, and that's when we had then this when the Odegaard incident happened. So can I talk about it now? Or
initially, what did you?
Well, so when it happened, obviously it's quite quick, but I was just like, I think I see his hand, but you just like game's carrying on. They're saying, they're checking it in the background, and I usually go by the player because from TV it's hard to tell, but you go by the players'
Reaction.
And there was a good 5-6 people going crazy for this decision, so you're thinking something's happened. Anyway, they showed a replay, and you're just like, handball, penalty, and then they just like you just hear, oh yeah, decision, done.
Yeah, keep playing.
I'm just what? But obviously, because it was in play, you ain't really got time to think about it. So, fair play to the players. They didn't let them affect it because they scored not long after.
Yeah.
But it's disappointing because you just don't know. I mean, there's no guarantee we're scoring the penalty. But, you get the goal.
Momentum.
Who
all
knows?
That stuff, yeah.
It's just disappointing because for me, it was very clear. It was like, they said he was... because he was
slipping. He was slipping, yeah. So
I'm
it's
not
balance.
gonna lie, I couldn't even listen to any.
Yeah.
Did you see Eli caught it and he went round with
But when I first
because he was slipping, innit? So he tried to
when he got his hand out, I
tried to balance himself.
Like,
but he's moved
when
his
I first
hand
saw
to
the
it.
Yeah.
First replay, they didn't show the correct angle. The first replay when it was slipping, I thought it was putting hand out to regain balance and the ball accidentally hit his hand.
No.
But then when I watched it again, I'm thinking, oh no,
Sticks his hand out.
this is this is wow. This is a pen.
It was deliberate. That's the thing. Because if it's accidental, you can say that. But he's clearly stuck his hand towards the ball to stop it going past it. Obviously, it's natural instinct. You don't want it to go past you. So anyway, that should have been a penalty. I don't know how they've missed that. Especially, it's VAR. The ref can miss that. Fair enough. The VAR should be calling out all day. But yeah, no, it's a good move. I was hoping. In the midweek, I was praying that Zinchenko was going to play this game because I've seen Salah.
Yeah, it was always going to play.
Always has a good game versus Zinchenko from his City.
From City days.
And so I was thinking that needs to be the plan. We need to, because he's
that
weak.
was horrific.
Yeah, defensively he's very weak. Yeah, and I mean it was a good finish, a lovely ball from Trent, but the defending, I don't know what. Yeah. He didn't even stand him up. He just let him go past him. It was really poor. But it was a good finish on the near post. I think everyone's waiting for the ball to go across for someone to tap in, but he's finished it well. But it was a very, very even first half, I thought, and in the second half, there was that spit. It was like the beginning. I don't know what happened to Arsenal in that second half for the first 20 minutes.
You guys power bombed them.
But it was just so frustrating because we were winning the ball
high,
what you wanted, and I don't think we even got a shot off out of it. It was like it was
just that
Trying to
final
remember.
pass.
like Salah overrunning it. Or someone picked, there was one with Sabozda was like 20 yards out. You're waiting for him to have a shot,
and he passed it.
And Salah.
Then like a couple of minutes after, he has the shot, but drags it.
It was just like the wrong choices being made, and I remember I was thinking, you know what, if you don't score now,
in that period where you're up,
you're gonna have this for the rest of the game. You've got to capitalise now, and we did it, and then we made the subs, and we just lost all momentum there. But it's funny actually because the Trent chance come after the subs, but that was
a breakaway. Yeah.
Zinchenko takes out Odegaard or something.
Yeah, they took each other out.
And you're just watching it, and it seemed like it was taking forever. You're just seeing all of them running towards the goal.
I was screaming, spread out.
Yeah.
It was like the red arrow.
Running the same
It was like red arrows.
I stood up. You know, you're standing watching. You're just waiting. You're just thinking, oh my god. And then it rolls it to Trent. So I'm like, that's the right choice.
Yeah, that's the man you want to take.
When that hit the bar, I just lost it. I was just like, how? Even now, I've watched it about 10 times since, trying to look. You know, people.
The ball bubbled.
I'm like, no excuse. That has to go in. In a game of that magnitude, score that goal. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but you're probably going to win it after that. And then after that, I thought it was quite a fairly even game. I looked on the XG. I think it was basically
Everything was level.
Everything
was level.
So a draw.
Percentage was like 51-49.
Exactly.
XG, touches in the box.
100%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a draw is a fair result based on that, but just because of that chance and the Odegaard thing, I'm seeing it as 2 points drop because if he scores that goal, it could have been all different. But yeah, credit to, I would say actually, you spoke about the centre backs at the beginning, but all 4 centre backs yesterday put on quality. I thought just an amazing display. There was, Saliba and Gabriel for Arsenal were outstanding. Konate and Van Dijk for us were incredible. I mean, like Konate, how he played Martinelli yesterday was just like it was like bullying.
Was poor.
Yeah.
Looked silly.
Yeah,
like every
silly.
he just had nothing for him. Yeah.
And he gave Trent that confidence. You just don't worry that because
I'll cover you.
Yeah,
and he was confident in the one-on-one situation.
In that one-on-one situation, after the first one in the first half, thinking, I just see him like, and when Konate runs at you, sometimes you get worried that just don't be too rash. Like, but he was throughout the whole duel. Like he won pretty much almost everything.
I think he got the nice blend of like he was very physical, but he didn't overstep the
line.
Yeah. He made Martinelli know I'm there. Yeah. And so got to the point where you could see Martinelli was by the end he was demoralised. I'm not going to get past this. You know, sometimes you just give up. It's not happening for me today. You've all had it. Like, this guy's got me today. It's not my day. But all of them, to be fair, it was like because there's been so much chit chat about who's the best and Saliba's better than Van Dijk now. Maybe I don't know if these guys have been hearing the news because they all seem like they wanted to put on a.
Oh, Van Dijk said it. Van Dijk said that, but I'm the big dog in the league, though.
Yeah.
And I'm saying like, I'm the best centre half in the league.
Exactly. So I think they all like seemed like they wanted to put. On Defensively, there was because it was strange because in the attacking point of view, I think no attacker really stood out. It's quite a poor game from. But the defenders had a really good game.
Yeah, I said exactly the same. It's funny enough that you're going to say that now because that's what I said. I was on call to Ham this morning. I said exactly the same thing that I thought the 4 centre backs were like the best players on the pitch. Yeah. Like every single one of them, and I think we were talking about them not making the right passes or overrunning the ball, and that's because of the centre backs that they just they smell every single danger, and before it becomes any issue, they're just erasing it out. Every single one of them was amazing. Obviously, Saliba got man of the match. I probably would have given it to Konate. But,
same. I was surprised.
But he couldn't have given it to any one of those 4. I
think they all come out with reputations in heart.
Yeah, 100%.
When I came out of that game, I looked at that game and I thought, if I was the French manager, I got my 2 centre backs
for the next 10 years, probably.
Like that's the way. Like, obviously, Konate can be hit and miss every now and then, but if he is consistent, that's your 2 centre backs.
Yeah, you know what is with Konate? It's his fitness. So he's in and out quite a lot because he picks up little
niggles.
That then affects his consistency.
Yeah.
He doesn't ever really get like I don't know if he's ever even played 15 in a row, for example. So if he could get say like what Saliba's have with that level of fitness where he's always playing, I think he is as talented.
In his defence, he lacks nothing in his game.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of physical attribute, he's good. He can play not the halfway line, inside the opposition's half, because you're not running him the other way.
Yeah.
Aerially, he wins everything in the air as well. And on the ball, he's not shabby on the ball. Because William Saliba isn't like amazing on the football. I say he's just, he knows what to do with it. He knows he's got his options. He knows how to keep it and keep it simple. And Konate does the same thing. And Van Dijk is the expansive one with his passing. Yeah. So you don't have to do that.
But he can progress. He's not as good as Joel Matip, but he can move with the ball.
Yeah. So he's got everything in his game. You're probably right. It's just that injuries, because every time I watch Liverpool and I see Matip, I love Joe Matip, innit? Because obviously I think that's one of you guys' best signings ever, because you got him for what, 3? Yeah. But Konate and Van Dijk for me would that has to be the centre half pairing. That has to be the centre half pairing.
I think they are the first choice. Klopp literally manages Konate because he knows.
Because you don't question it all the time, right? With Saliba, it's that consistent level. But Konate, you sort of when he's out, you're like, okay, he's out. He's out of the team. But if he was consistent, you'd be like, what's happening?
Yeah.
I think once he gets that consistency, you talk about.
But the good thing for managers when you manage teams, and obviously I want to get into coaching, is just like looking at performances like that. You go to Konate tomorrow in training and say, well, that's the level. You just played against the best team in the league on paper, top of the table. That's the level. And the reason why Van Dijk is heralded as one of the best centre halves is because that's been his level for years upon years, not week on week or month on month or season for season. And that's how you become a top centre half or a top player in general.
Yeah. What are you saying about the game? Any difference from?
No, not to be fair. The word I use, obviously, I watch football and a bit weird in my head. Maybe I suffer from ADHD or something. But I watch things a bit differently and look at little nuances and stuff. So the word I used yesterday was waves, innit? And the reason why waves came into my head because I felt the game was like that. Like I felt like the first, like you said, I'm not disagreeing with what you said. How we started, I thought we started well. So we started well, a bit how we started last season. But I think last season was a bit longer. Like our start was longer. I felt like because we scored within like the first 6 minutes or something yesterday, innit? We scored early, and so we scored early, good goal. But like I said, I think we're the best in the league when it comes to set pieces and whatnot. So every time we get a set piece, whether it's a corner or a free kick, I'm almost half expecting us to create something or score. Yeah. But then the good thing is I give Liverpool credit because, like you said, you didn't drop your heads, and they came straight back into the game. Like it wasn't like, okay, we scored and then we're going to get more control and we're going to look like we're going to get the second. It's like Liverpool ripped the game away from us straight away. So then they had their wave, but then your wave was longer because I felt like you shaded a lot of the second half and whatnot. And then I thought your goal, I'm not going to disagree with you guys in terms of like the centre halves. I'm just very critical when I watch my team playing it, and I love them to bits in it. And there's no reason why Gabriel doesn't do what Konate done all game yesterday. So Konate knows Martinelli smokes Trent 9 times out of 10. So I'm sure Konate, Van Dijk, and Klopp probably had a meeting before the game, As soon as it gets out, go over. And Van Dijk's probably said, don't worry about vacating. Just go over and help double. If I'm Arteta or I'm Gabriel or Declan Rice or whatever, Zina's not a left back. We know that. He's not a left back. Yeah, he's a midfielder playing there. It's high risk, high reward. So I'm not ripping Zina for yesterday. Yes, he could have done better, showing down the line. But as soon as Trent's got the ball and it's come over, I implore all of you, when you go back, watch the game back. Yeah, Gabriel's pointing at Gakpo. Yeah. So fair enough, you're pointing at him. Saliba's pointing at Gakpo. So both my centre halves are doing absolutely nothing. Yeah. Gabriel's not wrong in pointing at Gakpo to tell Saliba, I'm going. That's your man. Yeah. But then you have to go all the way because you have to cover Zina, because that is the best player on the pitch yesterday is Mo Salah. Whenever Mo Salah gets the football, it has to be a double up thing, because Saka's not the best player, but whenever Saka gets the ball, any game in the league, it's a double up. Gabriel has to sniff that as a top centre half, has to know that I have to help Zina at all costs. And if that means I don't even tell William that Gakpo, just go.
Because once he creates that space, knowing Salah, he can shoot. Yeah. But to be honest, because I had flash score on, so I knew it was a goal before it went in. So when Trent made the ball and he's gone to Salah, I'm looking at who has he cut the ball back to. When he scores, I'm like, are you having a fucking laugh? Like, what are they doing? But as you said, it's the centre back.
He's got to. And the reason why I brought that up is because I saw Konate do it, and I saw Van Dijk do it in the second half. Saka isolated Joe Gomez in the box. Van Dijk didn't even think twice. Boom, straight over, double up. So now Saka literally saw two big bodies and went, I don't know what to do. And then the chance died.
Yeah, we do that a lot with the centre backs, where you do like one-on-one tasks, almost like you just go wide or come back. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of it that way, because especially with the Zinchenko thing, I think the whole world knew that.
Yeah, you have to overcompensate. Yeah. Like Tom's a right back. Yeah, so let's say me and Tom play centre half a lot. Yeah, Tom is an astute right back, so I might not overcompensate if T's one-on-one with his winger, because I half expect T to do his job. Yeah. But let's say they play Ade, right? Ade's a striker, but we're playing Ade right back because of his pace and over like Frimpong, perfect example, by Leverkusen. Yeah. His game is going the other way. So if I'm a centre half, as soon as he gets isolated with the best right winger in the league, I'm going over without even thinking about it and trusting that Declan Rice is going to fill in and Saliba's going to fill in. So whatever happens over there, it's me and Zina against Salah, and he has to beat both of us to score. And for me, that was a disappointing thing. But once we got back in at half-time, I thought, okay, cool, it's 1-1, it's all right. But then you guys come out. I don't know what Klopp said at half-time. Remember Chin said in the group he gave them crack? I don't know. Bro, they came out. But then we were still trying to play our way out. Whereas I thought second half, because you guys are shooting against the cop, we should have done what we done in the first half, which was the diagonal to Kai Havertz on Trent's side and then play off that. Kai's going to win most of those balls over there and then play off that. But we tried to almost like, let's just play our game and just play it out and whatnot.
You were stubbornly sticking to it.
Because
there was a point where it's like you were losing the ball
every time. High. But then the same reason I gave you guys credit for ripping the game back away from us is I give my boys credit, because when you guys did make yours changes, I thought Klopp messed your game up by the changes. But then we wrestled the game back, and now we look comfortable because now we was able to play it out. And you saw Declan Rice be a pivot. Every time he was popping into Deck was able to get out, spin it to the other side, and we was now mounting a couple half chances. I don't think Alisson had a save to make. I don't think my goalkeeper had a save to make either. Yeah,
it was a strange one because
both keepers didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't have a shot on target. I think both teams had 3 shots on target.
Yeah, it was busy.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I would describe it. It was a good game. Like it was exciting. But then when I was thinking back at chances, I was like, there wasn't really.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like we had Gomez had a decent chance.
Gomez had a decent one. Yeah.
The only proper clear cut was the Trent one.
Yeah.
And same for Arsenal. I don't.
Nah. We had a couple where Saka's flashed the ball across goal.
Yeah, like that kind of.
But they're not gambling.
Yeah.
No one's gambling. Yeah. And then I thought with us, when you made your 3 changes, and then we took that donkey off Martinelli and put Trossard on. Yeah, Shambole. But you know my vendetta against him. He's a head down, run down the channel and just head down, and I can't.
Yeah, he was busy.
No. You see me.
Sometimes that's useful when you're trying to relieve pressure, but it was detrimental to how.
No, but his football IQ is not great, innit? It's the reason why he comes off after 60 minutes and Saka plays the whole game. Yeah. Saka plays the whole game. But Saka might not be having a game where he's beating his fullback. But his football IQ is good enough to say, okay, I'm not going down the outside of him, so I'm going to come inside. I'm going to link with Odegaard 1-2s and whatnot, and still be effective in the game. Martinelli, if he's running down the line and he's not beating the right back, he got nothing else in his game.
Yeah. He's not going to link up.
No, he's got nothing else in his game. He's limited, and that's something that we're going to have to look at, whether that's him improving or bringing someone to challenge him, or do what we done last season, which is what the gaffer done, which I think he has to do sooner or later, and say, you got to come and sit on the bench. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So I think whether if it's him getting better, or we go into the market, or we don't, but just do what we done last season, then he's got to come and sit on the bench. Let Trossard come in, and that worked last season, because as soon as he hit the bench, he came on against Villa, scored. He came on a game after, scored, and then the gaffer put him back into the team, and it kind of kickstarted this season, and he got 14 or 15 goals and whatnot. So I thought, but all in all, I thought it was a good game. It was a good advert for the Premier. It was the two informed teams in the league, and a draw will take the draw, especially after that chance that Trent had when. I was, I'm sitting like this, just waiting. You know, like you see, as you're standing, I'm watching it like this, just waiting.
Screaming at the team.
I'm just waiting for the ball to go in, and I'm ready to cuss the whole team. And I'm thinking, how do we get done on our corner? And it's just Declan Rice against 5 players. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It looked like they were having a 100-meter race. I was just screaming,
was-
spread out.
yeah. There was,
Nah.
you see, there's a freeze frame I saw today, but there's 5 of them in a
5.
and it's just
And bro, it was Declan Rice by himself, and Saliba is fighting Nunes. Him and Nunes are coming back together. They're fighting each other, yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, but like I said, and then you can see the embrace between Arteta and Klopp after that. The massive respect between them. There was a good game. Either one of us probably could have won it. You guys probably shaded it with that chance, but we'll take the point. And we see you guys February the 4th at home anyway, and we have to win. We have to do what we done last season and take 4 points off you if we want to win the league.
That was our home game. And it's one of them ones. If we had beaten Man United, we had to win one of those games.
Yeah. Because they're at home, innit?
Yeah, because like I said, you know, it's one of those things. Like I say, never expecting you have to win a big game, but at the end of the season, you need to win a couple of them if you want to win.
Yeah.
100%.
So we've got to have to make up for it now. Either we've got
City haven't won any at the moment of the season.
No, you lost to Tottenham away.
Depends what you class. I mean,
Only lost
we beat
one.
Newcastle. I don't know if you count that, but we haven't beat.
So
But we didn't beat Man United.
Nah.
So it's all draws basically.
it's all
Yeah.
So we've got Chelsea and Man City at home. We've got to go to Arsenal.
Yeah, you got to come
so
to us.
basically, the Man City and the Arsenal games now, we're probably going to have to win those, I think.
Yeah.
Or definitely not.
Because what did you do at the Etihad this season? It was a draw, innit?
Yeah. So that which ain't bad, but it doesn't matter if you draw 6.
It just means the flip. It just means that the flip reverse
Yeah,
has like what we've done is like, so we beat City at home. Like yes, we want to go and take 3 points of City away, but we've already banked our 3.
That's what I'm saying.
We've taken a point from you. We'll take that, but we've got to bank our 3 February the 4th when we play you guys, and we have to
The way I
win.
see it is like you want to come away from the big teams, the big games that you haven't not in deficit to them from them games.
Yeah, 100%.
So the minimum is like, okay, they got nothing from us.
Yeah.
But depending on how the season goes, it may be a situation where the advantage actually, like yesterday could have been if we won, that's like a 6-pointer.
Yeah, 100%.
It's 3 points for you, but -3 for your direct rival. So yeah, it's a lost opportunity. But,
Yeah.
I mean, the minimum is not to lose, obviously. So
Nah.
All right, cool. I think when I asked this question, you wasn't around, Ham, but I think this is probably the perfect time to ask it because we're talking about centre backs. I think I spoke to Ade, but Ade was saying like he hasn't really been watching the centre backs a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't Van Dijk. I've watched a lot of Saliba because obviously the podcast is so it's a bit of a I would favour him at the moment just because I watch him more. Obviously Van Dijk's attributes and he's
Yeah.
always,
So the
You know what
question,
it is.
like, so before the game, as you said, like everyone's been having a conversation who's the best centre back in the league, and the reason why is because Van Dijk has been labelled as the best centre back in the league for so many years, but within the last year, no one can deny what Saliba's doing, and he's now raising that question. He's obviously putting the question forward.
Yeah.
Now the best centre back. Obviously, I've answered. I'm not sure if you guys heard what my answer
Yeah, I
before
did,
him. What is your thoughts? Who do you think is the best centre back in the league now?
yeah, for me it's still Van Dijk because especially this year he's gone back to previous level.
He looks solid.
By his standard, he had a bad year last year,
that's the-
and obviously that's when the questions start coming up because he's plus 30. He had the bad injury.
But we don't know how that injury affected him,
But
right?
I think the captaincy has reinvigorated him this season. He's been outstanding for us. Every game, bar maybe the one in Newcastle, he got sent off early. But outside of that, he's been incredible. And then it's, and also with the added responsibility of being a leader. And I think it's quite difficult being a centre back for Liverpool the way we play. We don't really have a recognised DM, so you don't have much protection. We do so like our fullbacks are up the pitch hard. So a lot of the time, as you said,
One-on-one.
you are literally defending one-on-one, and you're relying on your personal attributes. So you don't get much protection. And I think we're the second.
But the good thing about that,
I think it's maybe joint with Arsenal.
Yeah, we've got the best 2 defenses.
So I think when you look at that, and then and that's just me visually looking at it. But because so many people have been talking about this and asked me, and you know, a lot of my friends who are Arsenal fans telling me, "Oh, no, Saliba's ahead of him." So I thought, oh, you know what, I'm gonna look into this statistic here as well, because to back up my claim, because I don't want to just say this blindly. And Van Dijk is still, if you look at every defensive metric, he's still number one for pretty much everything. And in some of them, particularly in the air, he's a long way ahead of Saliba. I think Saliba wins like 60% of his headers, and Van Dijk's is like 82%.
Yeah, he's dominant though.
So he's just so dominant.
Yeah.
And I think, plus, put it this way, if Van Dijk had Declan Rice in front of him and, you know, Ben White on the right, he'd be even better. Do you know what I mean? So, and I think Saliba, and obviously with the age thing, Saliba's probably going to be.
Yeah.
But I think Van Dijk still got, the way he's playing, he doesn't look like he's slowing down to me. So I think, for me personally, I think he's probably the best. Probably he's still in European football. I think he's probably the guy, if any manager said, I can have one centre back, I think most managers will still be like, yeah, please, I'll take him.
If I want an old centre half, if I want a young one, I'm gonna take Williams.
He's that. Because when he level dropped after the injury, you sort of forget.
Yeah.
And his reliability as well, in terms of he doesn't miss games.
Yeah,
so even last year,
solid.
He played well. Because if you think, so the year before we had a really good season. We played every game he could play, and that was him coming off the back of the season where he's had a career-threatening injury. And I think that maybe that toll, doing that again after a long season, that affected him. I don't know what the reason, but he wasn't as good. But then to pick yourself back up and do it again. For me, the class is still there.
These days, a lot of people that drop off don't come back.
They don't come back.
Yeah, 100%.
To play professional football.
Yeah. It's a lot harder now, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's for me. I think he's still the top guy. But yeah, you can't doubt that Saliba is a quality player.
What are you saying, huh?
No, I agree with you, bro. I just say William Saliba is the best centre half because I'm an Arsenal fan, innit?
Yeah.
But tongue in cheek. But if I'm watching it, I love football, innit? And if I'm watching it, I like to think I'm a purist. I just watch football and I just love football, innit? And if I go give someone else their flowers, or whether they play for Arsenal or not, I love William Saliba. Everything he's gone through with the loans, brilliant away at Saint Etienne, brilliant with Marseille. Comes to us, hit the ground running like last season, first game, Palace away, 10 out of 10 performance. Ain't looked back from then. And when it helps a lot, like you said, with Gabriel alongside him, older by about 3-4 years, able to talk to him. Both young centre halves, both quick as well. The attributes complement each other as well. But yeah, I think Williams top. But for me, when I look at Van Dijk, that diag that he has, it's a game changer. So fuck their defensive abilities, because they're both good defensively. Yeah, they're both good defensively. If you're gonna say Van Dijk shades it a bit, cool, I'll take that. But how I like football and how I want my team to play, if we can't play through the lines and whatnot, Van Dijk's diag from right to left to Trent or to Salah, it opens up the game completely, and that for me is what gives him the edge.
I didn't even mention that because, like I said, I'm so used to it.
Yeah,
it's
pinpoint.
Van Dijk won't be there, and I'm going to be expecting the next guy to do it.
Yeah, and he can't do it.
Why the hell have you?
And you know what the beautiful thing is? It looks so easy when he does it.
That's what I'm saying. He does it,
but it's not easy to hit a 40-50 yard diag on the money. It's not easy.
Like a goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's not easy.
You have to pick it up and kick it.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember when? So I was just going to say, do you remember when? I think it was Arteta's first or second season when Arsenal was still development, and there was I think we won like 4-0 versus Arsenal, and Arteta pointed it out. He goes, I told them to high press or whatever, but then every time I did that, they just gave it to Van Dijk and he banged it 70 yards.
Yep.
He goes, what can you do?
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Like, the team have done what I've asked.
Yep.
But if you've got a centre back,
And you got sent. That's what I'm saying.
who could put it on the strike,
On the money.
chest and foot,
On the money.
50, 60 yards. That is such a massive asset. That how many people have that? Not many. Do you know?
Yeah.
More on Liverpool before we move on?
Nah, let's move on, Drew. Let's move on. Let's give the fans what they want. Let's give the people what they want.
As Ham said, let's give the people what they want.
United.
Yeah, United. Let's just go straight into the game yesterday. I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
It's the same old. But the funny thing is, going into the game, I knew we were going to have a lot of the ball because that's how West Ham.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah, West Ham just love.
Yeah, West Ham give up the ball. Yeah, they'll give up. Yeah, they'll give it up.
They love being under pressure. They love the punishment. That's the way.
They've tried the ball thing and it didn't work.
Yeah. Remember they tried it and the fans just went back to what David Moyes knows.
I remembered when Antonio spoke about.
Remember he spoke about it. Yeah, we went away from what we know.
Yeah, on Phil for Fellas. And he said, we went away from what we didn't know. We tried it. It didn't work.
It's not for us.
It's not for us, basically.
But now they got a sprinkle of better players now.
Yeah.
So that transition game is better.
So yeah, so they went back to the transition game and just okay, cool, soaking the pressure. When we get the opportunity, hopefully score as and more than often they do score. And yesterday we had a lot of the ball, but it's just what do we really do with the ball when we don't have the ball? It's just the build-up play is not that bad. It's when we get to the final end of the pitch where I feel like the attackers are just completely clueless. Like
Garnacho should have scored, didn't it?
yeah, that's should have 100% scored.
Okay.
100% scored.
100%.
And then after that chance, it's just we just couldn't create any more chances. I don't think like we was we was winning the ball high up as well. Because even when
They were trying to play.
even when they were
Yeah.
Is that legit?
That's a first.
Someone's probably smoking weed.
Yeah, someone was saying, wait, that will go off now. I'm getting out of it, man.
Garnacho, did you see that? That was a bad
No, I didn't see it.
That was a bad miss.
I just saw that Hoyland
But
score
I feel as
again.
if they're all confused when they get an opportunity.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
When they get
Yeah.
an opportunity, they're like, fuck, the pressure. But it's done.
let's check just in case this is actually real.
Yeah, before Fire Brigade comes.
Oh, shit, you know, yeah, let's actually check if it's real.
It's true.
We gonna be some burnt motherfuckers up in there. No Christmas.
Break through some walls. As long as the corridor's not in flames, we're good.
Yeah.
Why are we on the first floor as well, innit? We can jump.
Yeah.
We be
As
alright.
long as there's a space to go through.
We be alright. Wait, it's Tom.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that no more, man.
There's no one around though.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like one of the securities are not around.
To be
Oh,
honest,
shit.
the copy's not going to go off. That's where the problem might be.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame!
You done it, innit?
I asked you to help me pray for fantasy, you didn't pray.
He was messaging the security guard.
What is
under the
this,
table.
man?
Is that on my signal?
I got a tenner for you.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to wrap it up then, boys.
After it's Christmas tomorrow, I can't sit here.
Yeah, you're right, you know.
What is this, man? Don't worry. They're playing Villa at home anyway. They'll lose to Villa. They're playing Villa. I'm saying anyway. They'll lose to Villa.
Actually gonna
Yeah.
As you can see, unfortunately, as you can see, we're unable to continue because I think someone.
God loves me.
How they set the security guard?
So yeah, security guard to Man United fan.
So please make sure you subscribe to the channel, share this with friends and family. Have a Merry Christmas.
Have a good Christmas.
Are we gonna?
Yeah, we got another episode before the New Year. Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna release. You're gonna have from us before New Year's. All right, we out. Alright, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get to end the episode.
God is good. God is good. It's not over yet.
In Jesus' name,
so,
alhamdulillah.
The fire alarm will stop. So we got like 10 more minutes or so to get into it. Where was we? Where did we?
Talking about,
I think
First half.
just talking about first half. Like Garnacho had the chance, and he should have scored that chance, as we said. I just don't understand how we missed it, because I think me and Adi messaged me and he thought Anthony should have released it earlier, but I thought the pass was fine, even if it was a bit late. Like
still should have finished it.
I think he. I don't know whether he just couldn't. It's the confidence you were saying.
I think there's there's shit already, right? Obviously, we went for the Bayern game, and one thing being United, like the wingers, all of the wingers, every single one of them. So even when we're saying Anthony shit, there's no one to bring. There's nothing unless we start. The only person that haven't labelled as shit right now is Palestri. But then there's a reason why he doesn't start ahead of everyone else. Because obviously we were at the Bayern game, and every time they got the ball, it looks like they didn't know what to do. And I'm like, at the very least, if you don't know what to do, run to the byline and just drill it across. If you got no ability or nothing, run to the byline and drill it across.
Dwight McNeil.
You don't know what can happen. You get me? You get me? Just do that.
They're still effective, bro.
But at least they get the ball towards. We couldn't. We lost the ball every single time without going forward. So I think right now they just don't know what to do. So even when they get a chance, they're like, oh shit. Because the goal he scored, okay, the one he scored in Champions League, good goal. The bicycle, realistic in real life, 9 times out of 10, it's not going in, right? So I think for any natural piece of play,
They just don't know
But
what
are
to
you
do.
roping in the striker in that as well with the wingers, Haaland with that, when you're saying their shit, or are you absorbing him because he's first season, young, prospect?
I'm not putting him. So I'm just focusing on the wingers where they've got the ball more because their decision making's poor. It's poor, and I'm looking at Anthony and I'm like, you shouldn't be on the pitch. But then I think who else is on? Who's on the bench? Who's going to come on to change that up? So I won't put him in the same category as them.
But I
Obviously,
passed him as well. You always see the stats. Like, he doesn't get the ball.
yeah, but I'm not happy with that stat. So I was talking to Tom about that, and I think it's a narrative, right? So you know when they want to bring out Lukaku and Haaland, what they talk about is touches. But how do they get the touches? It's not from the passes. So now that they want to like shit on United, they talk about the passes. When they want to shit on someone else, they say about the touches. But as a striker, you're only going to touch it when they pass it to you. You get me? So actually, that means the Haaland and the Lukaku one should have been passes as well. Use the same name. But you know the media, when they want to bring out a story, they choose what they want to do. Because he's also had chances, right? He's also had chances in different areas, and he doesn't always make the right run or doesn't finish it. Against Liverpool, that was a valid chance for a striker. Not all strikers get bare chances every week. You've got Cameron Archer.
Lovely goal.
Some matches he's not getting more than 2-3 passes. They're not highlighting that.
And one thing I've noticed with him is that people say he doesn't get chances, but when the ball does come into the box,
Is he at the right place?
he's never in the right place, or is either he's far away from wherever the ball lands, or wherever the danger is, or you see him running in as soon as the ball's gone. Like, that can't be happening constantly. Like, as a striker, you got to eventually like gauge it. Like, oh, where should you shouldn't be far away from where like the danger area is. It's, like, McTominay somehow finds it. So if we're not passing the ball into the box, how's McTominay getting the goals? When we do eventually get his goal, because if you look at the Chelsea match, for example, the amount of chances McTominay got in one game.
He had 6 chances.
McTominay is obviously getting into the danger area. Why are you not getting into the danger area? So it's like, it's, as Ade says, it's all a narrative at the end of the day sometimes. Is that, United don't create. Yes, we don't create enough chances, but when the chances are going to create, when the ball does come in, where are you? See what I'm saying? We, like, Jesus, for example, we know what Jesus does to the game.
To score.
See what I'm saying? We know what I'm saying. Like, we're not asking where's Jesus when the ball goes into the box.
He helped the build up.
You know what I'm saying? He helps. See what I'm saying? So
It's different,
like,
Watch,
Just
But
watch the
he's
game.
there.
Yeah, watch the game.
Be there to miss it.
Watch the game in detail, innit? And you can understand. And like, you guys spoke about me, and I didn't mention that I wasn't happy with him when we went to the buying game. I was not happy with him. It's like people, he doesn't hold up the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're not holding up the ball, forget you putting the ball in the back of the net. And what you want to do is doing this. You're playing this strength game with like. It's not by force. Not all the time. You don't have to do that. Get yourself in position to score the goal. You don't want to have as strikers. There's certain strikers in the game. Forget strikers. Mo Salah can go 40 minutes without touching the ball. It's still going to impact the game. Forget strikers. And strikers, you say it's not every single striker have to touch the ball. United is in a bad state at the moment. And I'm not really trying to pass blame on it, but I'm just saying, I'm only trying to defend the sense that stop acting as if it's the team that's not creating for him.
And I think it's how they've made him up to be, right? One of the things I kept going on about during the summer was he's not the finished article.
He's not.
We bought a prospect.
And he's coming into a bad side.
Yeah, he's not a finished article whatsoever. So I'm not even getting onto him. But people are now using the fact that because he's been compared to Haaland, that it's United that's doing this to him. He was never that striker joining the club anyway.
Well, he's got 12 last year or something.
But players like that in their development, they got to go to a side that is going to create more chances and they're going to put it away. And then confidence
It's that
is gonna
practice,
gain
and then build it
and
up.
repetition.
Because the
He's on
reality
side
is,
where it's not happening.
when the
to him.
strikers that were injured, that gave him the chance to play, when they came back, he went straight back onto the bench. He was 3rd or 4th choice striker, and that's just the reality of it. So they're trying to just paint that narrative. Oh,
But there's nothing United can do. They can't go no from here though. You have to keep laying them up front.
Well, yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, no one's saying this.
Yeah.
I think everyone's in agreement that he should still be playing. We're not saying we're not going. We can't go backwards with it.
We can't,
So I'm saying, for me personally, I'll try and snap someone in January, not just because of him.
We need
because
goals.
of the forward players.
We
just need someone that can come in with confidence. That's not going to overthink something. Like think any chance. It's just that's going to come in with confidence. I think Bruno did. We needed that lift when Bruno came was like 3 years ago
yeah.
in January, where we just needed someone with confidence that's coming in and doesn't have the same pressure as the rest of this other players. Someone that's coming in, you're thinking, there's no pressure on you. You can play freely. Like, that's what we need. So it would be nice to get someone in.
That would be
January.
nice, but in reality, that will never happen because he's playing for Man United. So he'll always be under pressure. But
No, I'm
talking.
talking for short term. I'm just talking for to get us through the season. Like,
Like
to get us going. No, not Odegaard. I'm talking like the Stuttgart player, 17 million.
But you know the
He's only going
interesting
for
thing
17
about
million.
Bruno, I think in terms of the footballing world and what he's added to the United team, probably hasn't been the best footballing addition.
Who? Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes. But he came and did what he did. He scored goals. He made assists. But in terms of if you want to create a way of playing, he probably isn't your pinnacle, like the person that you put in. But he did what he did. Yeah. But now that's faded out. It just highlights that you're like, don't really fit in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is
But
what
I
it
think
is.
I think what you said earlier, you like just say it on cam now when you were saying that. Do you think that's it with Ten Hag in terms of like they're not going nowhere?
Yeah.
It's just where are they in the league? Eighth.
Yeah.
Eight losses in the league. What do you say? 20 in the year.
Yeah. For me, like we were saying, I don't see any way back from him at this point. It's like he's just seeing out his days now until he loses his job, because you look at it, he's lost. It looks like he's lost the dressing room with a lot of the big name
It's mad,
players.
yeah.
So he's playing the players who are basically loyal to him now, but they're not the best players.
Yeah.
You just kind of turn into you're like a hard working, they're working hard like in a Liverpool game. When it's a game, okay, we can put, you can battle and work
We can
hard.
survive. Yeah.
Like, so Man United can't do that every week. You're expected to come out and perform, and when they have to play,
It's a problem.
it's like, as you guys have been talking over last week, it doesn't seem there's any plan or.
Yeah.
I don't see. I look at Man United like, okay, how are they going to score goals today? You just don't believe there's anything in the team. So how does he recover from that?
I just don't see who they get though. That's the thing.
That's
I don't
the
see
thing,
who
yeah.
they get though.
And that's where the
He'll
issue
last
is.
Like
the
who
season.
comes in? That's what I'm saying. I
What's
think
the
you're gonna
point
do
of
the season.
sacking
There's
him
no
now?
point.
Yeah, I think it's this.
But-
Sir Ratcliffe, him joining is what's going to be the make or break. I think that if a
Do you think
decision
he's
is
gonna
going to
come
be
in and
made,
make a hard line decision and say Ten Hag out, my guy in?
so
Or you think he's just
it
gonna
might not
ride
be.
it?
It might not be. But if we are going to sack him, it's going to be during this next 4 weeks. This January, it's either he gets sacked in
Do you think
January.
he's earmarked Potter? Because I know he tried to get
I
him for
have
his
no
club
idea.
before.
It could
He's
be.
spoken
It
to
could
Potter
be
before
because
for a
everyone
job.
asks me about Ten Hag, and I'm like, I don't fucking know because it's stressful. I don't know where we go from here. Like, I can't see his football being implemented. He's fighting everyone every week.
Yeah.
When we win a game, but we are poor, he comes out and says we're great. I hate that.
Yeah.
I can't trust someone that does that. Yes, we won the game, but we were shit. Everton, Wolves, I can name team after team that were better than us, but just because we won, you're coming out as if you've done something. You haven't. So I can't really see what he's adding, and then you're fighting absolutely everyone. It's a struggle. It's a struggle, but
He don't last the season.
You think he lasts the season or he doesn't?
I could see him keeping his job to the end of the season, but he's 100% at the very
He's not gonna
latest.
be there
Scared.
next season.
Next season, no chance. I just think, what for? Like, what can he? Like I said, there's no evidence that anything is improving or changing. Even like, I don't know if you tell me, but if I was a fan, I'd be like, oh, I could see like, oh, he's trying to play this football and it's not clicking.
Oh, no, we can't
but
see nothing.
it's even gone past. The football's gone backwards.
Yeah, can't
He's
see
picking,
nothing.
and it's just almost he's like, okay, I've gone back to the The thing that would alarm me, you've gone back to McTominay, Maguire, the guys you were trying to get rid of. These are now your first choice, and the guys that you brought in are on the bench or they've fallen out with you.
Yeah.
So it's like that is a very
In
difficult
his defense,
situation.
I hate Man United. I'm not trying to defend him. But in his defense, if he did lose his job today, tomorrow, next month, or whatnot, his argument, which would be valid for me, is tell me once this season when I was able to play my so-called best 11. Man United be ravaged with injuries all season.
fair.
Ripped out. The team that, and when he did have his players, United come third, won a cup, and went to a final. This season, which is his second season, which he's trying to build on what? Because Tom said, man, don't need him to win anything. Man, just need a little improvement from last season. So if you're going to improve on that, that means he has to improve on the players that were there, keep them, and add a couple more.
But everything's
He ain't
fine.
even. And that's why McTominay and Maguire are playing, because the injuries that we ripped out.
But everything's fine margins, right? Because the reality is, even Ole didn't win something, very close, and it could have been just a little tweak, and we would have had how many trophies in how many seasons with Ole. So it's easy enough to say that, oh yeah, he won something, but realistically, we stole that third position.
Yeah. He didn't win it, and he didn't win it playing his style.
Yeah, we didn't win it playing his style.
Yeah,
we didn't win it convincingly. It was horrific. So like he got the result without the in between.
Yeah,
You get me? So it's hard. It's hard. But yeah, we'll see. I think the next 4 weeks, everyone's been asking me for ages because obviously where I work is a footballing place because the Newcastle connection. And every week they're asking how long do I think he's gonna last, and I'm like, I think it's when the 25%.
Yeah, when Ratcliffe comes on.
Yeah. When he
It's his
comes
first
in,
big decision, isn't it?
yeah, it's first big decision, and obviously,
Because if you lose at home to Villa, the noise is going to be mad. Because
bruh,
I said if I didn't
just
say
it's gonna be deafening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be
So it's just like,
deafening.
what are you going to do about it? You're in position now.
Most
What are you gonna do about it?
new owners, when they've come in, they've got ideas in mind.
You were happy
anyway.
like that.
So he's probably thinking of something, and he's probably just waiting for the right moment. Like I said, oh, I'm waiting for the next big defeat, or you know, like it has to be the right moment. I can't. He probably don't want to come in and be like, oh, I'm just gonna sack him on day
Straight
one.
away, yeah.
But he probably needs like, let's say if you lost 4-0 versus Liverpool the other day, it could have happened then, or if they got to play you guys again, or something like that.
Yeah.
City or something like that. There could be a moment where okay, this is the right time because the fans will be fine with it.
Yeah.
So, or he may just say, you know what, this season's which I think the season's basically a write off. Let's just let him do it what he wants to do.
what
Let's
he's
see if he
gonna
gets
do,
better. If he does,
Then
great.
down his
If not,
cross.
then we'll get rid in the summer. He'd have to take a miracle, I think, for him to save his job now. I think for me anyway.
It's hard. It's hard watching United. It's a struggle, but yeah, it is what it is, man.
And then the talent ID thing, that's the last one. I tweeted that yesterday. You see the tweet I got yesterday? It's just night and day. Like, United go to Ajax and take Anthony, and then West Ham go and take Kudus from the same side. And Kudus just looks like a Premiership for half the time. Kudus just looks like a Premier League player.
And that's the thing. It's the attributes. So you look at a team, because you know I'm very much about attributes. Even when I'm playing FIFA, I look at a player and I'm like, that player does this, so I'm going to do this. I'm very like, that's how I play. But you look at your attributes and like, the attributes, do they fit where he's coming to play? So remember when we were buying him, I was raving about Rafinha all that summer because I'm like, Rafinha's attributes.
Rafinha that went to Barcelona.
Because we've seen him in the Premier League, but his attributes let me know that he'll fit in wherever in the Premier League he goes to. Anthony's attributes don't show me that. And now it's just like, you get the ball.
And it's highlighted now when you watch him
Oh
week in, week
my,
out.
it's horrific.
Yeah.
It's horrific. But I've sinned somewhere. So accept it, man.
Now, look, as I said, it's a decision that's got to be made when the takeover takes place. I think, from what I saw today on Sky Sports News, it's going through like the vetting process with the government, so that can take up to like 6 weeks.
Okay.
So
it's going to be soon, basically.
Yeah, soon. So we're talking
his job by default.
Yeah, we're talking maybe like January or February latest. I'm guessing. So we'll see what happens by then. But look, I don't mind. Keep him to the end of the season.
Yeah, I think
sack
we'll see
him.
how the season looks.
I don't really care. If you ask me what is my preference, just keep him to the end of the season.
Yeah. I think that's what will happen though.
I'll let him see it out. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't think we can bring someone else in to start rebuild again. But what's the name? Ratcliffe can be watching this right now and thinking, you know what, I've got a totally different plan. And he could be speaking to someone right now. And if he does, I can't lie, because Ten Hag hasn't. It's hard to defend him. It's hard. Like, there's no way I can sit there and try and defend him. It's just not good enough. It's
and then yesterday stuff like why don't he just play like, you see yesterday, like, you know, them people are saying he's making his own bed, like yesterday, yes, he gave the young boy his debut, but why don't you just play Luke Shaw centre half like he's been doing all the time and just make Reguilon play left back?
What I say?
Like, why are you doing stuff that's just complicating your job
he's
even
dramatic.
more?
That, for me, that just made him even more dramatic. Because when you had a centre back, you didn't play them, and you played a left back in the centre back's position. So why can't you play Luke Shaw in centre back and then play
Reguilon?
Literally what I asked. I was like, so you're just trying to take the piss then?
These are all the decisions of a manager is near the end. Like I said, I've seen a few. I've seen a few managers get sacked. There's a pattern, man. The decisions get stranger. You know, where it's almost like, I'm going to try something different every week.
Bro, it's so confusing.
The Man United fans come to that game thinking, hold on, who the fuck is that? And why is Reguilon on the bench? And why is Luke Shaw playing left back?
Bro, I was like, if you played Shaw ahead of other centre-backs,
Centre-back.
when we had like 3 or 4 on the bench, you get me? But now, we don't have one and you're still going to play him left back.
He's moving mad still. He's moving mad.
Yeah. No, and I think it's not just him. Like, when he does go, whoever comes in need to have a set of plans, and I'm not sure whether a lot of the players we have now will fit into that.
And that's the issue.
And I'm willing for any one of them can go, bro. I am ready for any single one of them.
Other than Kobe, everyone goes though.
If I don't want to talk, bro, I'm not defending any player.
Don't care about
I don't
anyone.
care about
Just
no
fucking
one,
reset
bro.
the club.
Manager do
Wait,
what
yeah.
Yeah,
You
let
wanna
him,
get rid of the whole
do,
stuff.
let him do what he needs
Thanos.
to do. Yeah, let him do what he needs to do. But if Kobe has to go, let him go. If he's gonna fit, it'll be nice for us anyway because he's a young boy for
Yeah, I
coming through
just
the
want someone
academy.
that has a style of football and gets the players that can
Gets-
fit.
yeah.
I don't need stars.
And
I
that's
just need
that's the problem,
yeah,
innit? When you have a
what we
style of play, and that style of play is involved controlling the game. Yeah, it's like you're relying on functional players. So the certain attributes that you need in a position. So when someone's injured, you bring them in. Like it's easy, for you to to continue your form if someone's injured. But when you rely on transitional play and you're relying on individual players, and when these individual players are not playing well, your team is doomed.
Yeah.
And the reality
It's
is,
doomed.
someone like Bruno, who's probably one of our best players, is not a person that controls a game. So So how do you go about doing that? You don't have people that control games. And as I said before, Amrabat, we saw Amrabat in the World Cup. That's where he made his name. But then also saw him in the Europa Conference League final, and I saw him boss the game against Declan
he was
Rice.
better than Declan Rice,
I saw him
yeah.
boss the game. But now I can't see nothing. So it has to speak some level to what Ten Hag is doing to the team as a whole. That just doesn't work. So
Yeah, the whole recruitment at Man United doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, nothing. Look, nothing in the
Mason
club
Mount.
makes sense. Nothing in the
Yeah,
club makes
Mason
sense.
is-
Like, how does Mason Mount fit with Bruno Fernandes? Like, how,
I
anyone,
understand-
anybody,
I understand the
anybody
season.
could have told you
but
that.
do you know how much banter it is now? Because now it's so glaring. It's like, so what was your plan? What was
Don't
your
worry,
plan?
he's got a plan, bro. He's gonna come to fruition.
I
You
think.
know, I forget Mason Mount's even at United.
Number
Because
7.
you
fam.
brought him up.
I think his biggest issue was from his first plan failed. You can see, to give him the benefit of the doubt, although I'm not defending him if he was to get sacked, I'm not sure he's got all his first choice players as well. He's having to but then the alternative is just totally wayward from what you initially want.
Yeah.
That's the stupid thing for me.
It's either you don't buy someone,
It's either
or
you
you
don't
buy
get
someone
them,
cheaper
or you
that
get
has the same
cheaper. The
attributes.
alternative is just totally when you first came, your plan was get me Frankie from
Frankie?
Barcelona.
No.
Yeah.
The alternative is nowhere Frankie.
Yeah.
Don't get me
Christian
wrong.
Eriksen.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like Casemiro. I saw the Athletic this week that it was banged on Harry Kane.
Yeah.
They didn't get you Harry Kane, but you went to get someone that doesn't even start for Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's just the alternative is just
It's just very
yeah, and then you bring on Mason Mount. Was Mason your first choice
And
as
you
well?
put him, and first few games, it's just like, this doesn't fit.
yeah.
It doesn't fit. We've got a whole load of midfielders that we have no idea how we're playing them together.
How do they play together? Yeah.
It's strange, man, and a lot needs to change, but it is what it is. We are where we are.
Long may it continue.
Yeah.
United.
And the thing is, once we lose, I'm just like, fucking hell, these guys are going to start choking again.
United.
Cool. Look, we only got 5 minutes left. We're not gonna have a chance to go through the games. We'll be back next week with
Was there any talking points though in any of the games?
Chelsea lost.
Chelsea lost. I don't think there was. I don't
Newcastle
think.
lost.
Oh, shout out to Solanke for the hat trick.
Yeah.
I'm happy you
shocking
brought that
red
up. That's embarrassing. You guys are embarrassing me.
What?
Every week, you fucking come here and say Solanke.
Sure, Lanke.
Solanke.
Oh,
Yeah, we know that.
No,
Yeah, we know
no, it's
that. No, but we
embarrassing.
say it for people people that know as well. But
No, no,
Nigerians,
no.
innit?
No.
You know Nigerians, innit?
His name is his name.
If you say that now, how
His
would
name
you
is his
understand
name.
what you're talking
His
about?
name is his name. That's because
I appreciate it. I've been educated.
you get me. You get me. I accept it from anyone else, but
Yeah,
from
yeah.
this man that came from the village as well,
His name's AD.
it's wrong. I said I'll pull you guys up on it. You'll see.
Oh, wait, and shout out to Man City. They are the club world champions.
I ain't give a damn.
So
bro.
we got to big them up. Best team in the world, apparently.
Rodri got injured.
Yeah, but he was not.
He said he's
not
gonna be
last
back.
year,
He
but
said
he was
he'll be back.
I should have said that.
I see your eyes lit up there, bro.
We wish Rodri good health.
All right, cool. Thanks, people. I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit this. So if you heard the Merry Christmas before, the Merry Christmas again.
Just go with the
You heard
flow.
the fire alarm go off.
They're all gonna be drunk anyway, so it don't matter.
So Merry Christmas. Have a good one. As I said, for my Christmas present, Ham said he doesn't want this. Please subscribe, share this with friends and family. Make sure we get more subscribers, and we'll probably going to release an episode before the end of the year. So, yeah, we'll speak to you before then. Thank you,
Peace.
Drew, once again. We'll see you again definitely this season.
sure.
Hammer's trying to get 2 Liverpool fans on at the same time to see, because one of our friends was supposed to show up, but he not today.
So we'll do that anyway.
We'll do that.
Yeah, it'd be
again.
interesting to see a different
Different perspective.
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, we out. Peace.
So, sit out.